Hey friends, welcome. In our last video, we have seen the MCQs that were asked in NET, CSIR NET Chemical Sciences from Statistical Thermodynamics from 2011, that is from say June 2011 to June 2015, and this was the last numerical that we have discussed, or last MCQ that we have discussed. The link of that video will be in the description. Now today we will be starting with the next set of numericals or next set of MCQs that are from December 2015 to June 2020. So this problem was asked in June 2011 and this was left out from the previous video. Now this question, it says that at room temperature which molecule has maximum rotational entropy. So we note that the rotational entropy, that is, we can write SMR, that is R plus R ln T upon sigma theta r. We can write it in this particular manner, and theta r, we know it is the characteristic rotational temperature, and theta r, it is h square upon 8 pi square I k. So this is the value of our characteristic rotational temperature. Now many times this h square upon 8 pi square I, this is written in the form of B. So this we can write it as B upon K also it is written. Okay, so over here we know that all these terms are constant, and hence we can write that the characteristic rotational temperature, it is inversely proportional to I, which is our moment of inertia, and that will be moment of inertia. We know moment of inertia I, it is equal to mu into r square. So it is moment of inertia is proportional to the reduced mass and the bond length. So over here, if we are considering that bond length is constant, it will be proportional to the reduced mass mu, and hence we can write that our molar rotational entropy is proportional to the reduced mass mu, because this will be in denominator and will go in the numerator, and hence we can write that our rotational molar entropy is directly proportional to the reduced mass. That means more the mass, more will be the value of our rotational entropy. So when we look at the molecules, then hydrogen has the least mass, so this will be number 1. Then comes deuterium, so this will be number 2. Then comes nitrogen, so this will be number 3, and then comes oxygen, so this will be number 4. So the maximum mass will be of oxygen, and hence oxygen will show the maximum rotational entropy. Clear? Moving on to the next numerical. This was asked in December 2015, and it says that according to the transition state theory, one of the vibrations in the activated complex is loose vibration, and the partition function for a loose vibration is equal to, just keep in mind that whenever the particle is performing, or whenever the system is performing loose vibration, at that time the temperature or T, or we know that vibration, that means we will have the vibrational partition function. Now when vibrational partition function, but the answers are not given as we have seen. Whenever there is, or whenever the particle is performing loose vibration, then temperature is very much greater than theta v, and when temperature is very much greater than theta v, the value of vibrational partition function is kBT upon h mu. Okay, so this is the value of the vibrational partition function, and this is also the high temperature limit for the vibrational partition function. This is the high temperature limit for vibrational partition function, and hence the vibration partition function will be kBT upon h mu, and hence D is the correct option. Okay. Now this question was asked in NET 2015, and it says that through a constant shift of energy levels, the system changes the partition function with properties that do not change. So we have asked that which property. So when there is constant shift in the energy, that means this energy difference, it is remaining same, but the values of energy is being changing. Okay, so the difference, it is remaining same, but the values of these energy states are changing, then which property will remain constant? Okay, and the options that are average energy, entropy, and heat capacity. Okay, so these are the three options given. So we all know that the average energy is the energy of all the states, and the value of average energy, it changes with the ground state, or it changes with the shift of energy. Okay, so average energy will change with the shift of energy. So all the three options have average energy, so the correct answer will be entropy, because entropy and heat capacity will not change with constant. If we will change the energy spacing, then the value will change, but over here we are not changing the energy gaps. So as the energy gaps are not changing, the value of the entropy as well as the heat capacity will remain constant, and as a result the answer is D, that is D is the correct option. Okay, this was a very simple questions that were asked. Moving on to the next numerical. This question was asked in December 2015, and it says that the vibrational frequency of a homonuclear diatomic molecule is mu. So mu is the frequency, and the temperature at which the population of first excited state will be half of the ground state is given by. Okay, so we have to find the population, or we have to find out the temperature, okay, at which the population of first excited state will be half of the ground state. So over here it is given that we have two energy levels, and suppose the energy of ground state is 0, so this will be h mu, and suppose if we are saying that n0 are the number of particles present in ground state, and n1 are the number of particles that are present in the first excited state, then we have to find the temperature at which the number of particles in the first excited state will be half of, or it will be the half of the ground state. And over here also we know that for the vibrational partition function, or whenever we are considering vibrational partition function, the degeneracy, that is G0 will be equal to 1 and G1 also will be equal to 1. So degeneracies are 1, and we could calculate in this particular manner, that is we have n0 upon n1, and that is equal to G0 e raised to minus beta E0 upon G1 e raised to minus beta E1. Okay, now we know that degeneracies are 1, so this both of this will be 1, and n1 we know it is n0 by 2, so we will have n0 by 2, and that is equal to 1 e raised to minus beta into 0 upon 1 into e raised to minus beta h mu, and that is, so this will be 1, and over here both this will be cancelled out, and this will come in the numerator, so we can write 2 is equal to, and this will e raised to minus beta h mu, we can write it in the form of e raised to beta h mu. Okay, now what we can do is we can take the logarithm on both hand sides. So when we have ln of 2 will be equal to beta h mu, and we can write h mu upon beta, we know it is 1 upon kb t, so we can write kb t. We can just rearrange this equation, and we will have temperature is equal to h mu upon kb ln 2. Okay, so this is the correct answer, that is temperature is equal to h mu upon kb ln 2, and hence B is the correct answer, that is h mu upon ln 2 kb. So this is the correct answer. So very simple problem, and this was asked in 2015. Moving on to the next numerical. Now this says that a single particle translation partition function for an ideal gas at a fixed volume, it depends on the thermal de Broglie function lambda as f tends, or f equivalent to lambda raised to n, where n is equal to, so we know that suppose if you write f is the partition function, then for translation partition function, we write it as V by lambda cube, and it is said that volume is constant, so fixed volume. So this we could write it as Fd is equivalent to the question is asked is lambda to the power n, and what will be the value of n. So this we could write it as lambda to the power minus 3. Okay, so it is lambda to the power 3 in the denominator, so this we could write as lambda to the power minus 3, and hence the correct option is minus 3, that is n is equal to minus 3. Very simple problem that was asked in June 2016. Now moving on to the next problem, this was asked in December 2016, and it says that the weight of configuration with 2 up and 3 down spins in the system having 5 spin half particles. Now over here we have given that we have system with 5 spin half particles. Now keep in mind that over here it is given spin half, so don't confuse yourself by considering that these are fermions. Okay, you are identifying the particle that we have 2 up and 3 down spins. Okay, if you cannot identify particles, because in fermions we know that are indistinguishable. Okay, fermions are indistinguishable. Fermions are indistinguishable, but over here we are distinguishing the particles by saying that we have 2 particles that have up spin and 3 particles that have down spin. So we are identifying that we have 2 particles that are having up spin and 3 particles that are having down spin. So these are distinguishable particles, and hence we will be using the thermodynamic probability or the weight of configuration for the formula which we are using for distinguishable particles, that is n factorial upon, we'll have say n1 factorial into n2 factorial, and that will be total we have 5 spin particles, so 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 2 factorial, so that will be 5 into 4 into 3 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 2 into 1, so this will be cancelled out, 2 to are 4, and we will have 10 is the correct answer, that is D is the correct option. Now if you are solving this problem by considering this as fermions, then also the answer will be coming, but for specifically for this question answer will be coming, but in future if same type of question is asked, then the answer may be wrong. So take care that as we have given 2 up and 3 down, the particles are strictly distinguishable particles, and hence we have to use the thermodynamic probability which we are considering for the distinguishable particles only. Clear? Moving on to the next numerical. Now this was asked again in December 2016, and it says that the energies of bare proton that is aligned along and against the external static magnetic field Bz are minus h cut gamma Bz by 2 and plus h cut gamma Bz by 2. So these are the energies of protons that are aligned. Now the ratio of the probabilities of finding the proton along and against the magnetic field is. So this concept, or this is from nuclear partition function, and in nuclear partition function we have given that we have 2 states, that is P0 and P1, and when it is along then it will be ground state, and when it is against then it will be first excited state. So the values of energies are given, that is along, so this will be minus gamma h cut Bz by 2, and this will be plus gamma h cut Bz by 2. Okay, now we know the value of, we have to find out the ratio of probabilities. Okay, ratio of probabilities, that means basically we have to find the value of P0 upon P1, and we know that P0 we generally write it as e raised to minus beta E0 upon Q, and similarly P1 we will write it as e raised to minus beta E1 upon Q. So the values of E1 and E0 are given. This is your E0 and this will be our E1. So when we take the ratio, then QQ will be cancelled out and we will be left with e raised to minus beta E0 upon e raised to minus beta E1. Okay, so now we could substitute, or this we could write it as e raised to minus beta E0 minus E1. Okay, we could write it in this particular manner, and now we could substitute the values of E0 and E1, that is e raised to minus beta. E0 will be this, that is minus gamma h cut bz upon 2 and minus gamma h cut bz by 2. Okay, so over here minus beta, so over here what we can also do is that we will be multiplying this minus sign over here, so this will become plus and this will also become plus. Okay, so there will be plus sign as we are multiplying this sign over here, so we will have b and beta I can write it as 1 upon kt. So if I half plus half, it will be 1, or we can take gamma h cut bz common, so we will have 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 and this will become 1, so we will have e raised to gamma h cut bz upon kt or kbt. So this will be the correct answer, and hence option number D is the correct answer, that is e raised to h cut gamma bz upon kbt. So this is the correct answer. So this will give us the ratio of the probabilities of finding the proton along and against the magnetic field. So this is along the magnetic field and this will be the against the magnetic field. So very simple problem. Moving on to the next numerical. So this was asked in December 2016. We have to find the partition function of one-dimensional oscillator having equispaced energy with energy space equal to kBt and zero ground state energy. So we have given that equispaced energy and the spacing is kBt. So the energy over here we can write it as kBt, so that is equal to h mu, because in vibrational partition function, okay, it is given that it is one-dimensional oscillator, and for one-dimensional oscillator we'll be considering the vibrational partition function, and for vibrational partition function we know the energy is h mu, so this h mu is equal to kBt, as it is given that the difference between the energy or the energy spacing is kBt. Okay, and we know that vibrational partition function 1 upon 1 minus e raised to minus h mu upon kt. Okay, so over here kBt, so as we have given that kBt is equal to h mu, we could substitute h mu is equal to kBt, and we will have 1 minus e raised to minus kBt upon kBt. So this will be cancelled out and we will have 1 upon 1 minus e raised to minus 1. Okay, but this answer is not given, so we need to modify this solution. So with this we could write it as 1 minus 1 upon e, and this will be multiplied over here and it will go into the numerator, so e upon e minus 1. So this will be our final answer, that is e upon e minus 1, and option number C is the correct answer. So this is also very simple problem. Moving on to the next problem. This was asked in June 2017 and this is a very good problem. It requires a little bit of solving also. We have to consider a system of 3 particles that can occupy the energy levels. We have 3 energy levels are given and we have to distribute these 3 particles. We have to distribute the 3 particles in these 3 energy levels in such a way that the total energy is 4 epsilon, and we have given 3 cases A, B and C, which corresponds to spin half fermions, spin 0 boson and classically distinguishable particles. So we have to state the correct order of entropy, that out of amongst these 4 which is the correct order of entropy. Okay, so first we will be solving for classically distinguishable particles. So for classically distinguishable particle, that is over here we have C, that is C is for classically distinguishable particles. Now for that we have given that we have energies 0, epsilon and 2 epsilon, and we have to distribute these 3 particles amongst these 3 energies such that the total energy is 4 epsilon. So we have to find the distribution, and basically in order to obtain the entropy, I will be using, or we will be using the equation that is S is equal to K ln W. So we have to find basically the thermodynamic probability for all the 3 cases, and the one which has highest thermodynamic probability, entropy will be maximum, then second, and then third. So we have to give the order which is maximum, which will be in the second position, and which will have the least. The distribution whose thermodynamic probability will be maximum will have maximum entropy. Second will have the second, and the last, that is minimum thermodynamic probability, will have the least entropy. Okay, so first we will be distributing the particle, and then we will be obtaining the thermodynamic probability. So for the first case, what I can do is I can place 2 particles over here and 1 particle in energy level 0. So this will, so the total energy will be 4e, that is 2 particles, so 2 to the 4e, 1 0, so 0, so total 4e. One more way of distributing, that is we can place 1 particle over here and 2 particles over here. So over here also the total energy will be 4e. Okay, so now we will find the thermodynamic probability, that is W. Say suppose thermodynamic probability for this distribution is W1 and for this distribution is W2. So W1 we can write it as 3 factorial upon, we will have 1 factorial into 2 factorial, and this will be 3. Okay, that is, this we can write into 3 into 2 in 2 factorial. So 2 will be cancelled out and we are left with 3. Similarly, same we will have for W2 also, and hence the total, that is W total, will be W1 plus W2, and that will be 3 plus 3 6. So for classical, or for classically distinguishable particles, the thermodynamic probability or the value of W we are getting 6. Okay. Then for fermions, that is spin half fermions. So for spin half fermions, first for spin half fermions, this is our condition A. Okay, so for spin half fermions, first we have to find the degeneracy, and if the spin is given, then we know that degeneracy is 2s plus 1. So the degeneracy, that is Gs, will be equal to 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1, and that will be 2. So each energy levels are doubly degenerate. Okay, so let us arrange the particles now, and we all know that the particles are indistinguishable. Over here we have distinguishable, fermions and bosons are indistinguishable. So we have 0 epsilon and 2 epsilon, and this will be the energies. So we can arrange 1 particle in energy level 0 and 2 particles in energy level 2e. So this will be 2 to the 4, and the total energy will be 4 epsilon. And similarly, the second way of arranging is that we can place 2 particles over here and 1 particle over here. Okay, so in this way the total energy will be 4e again over here. Now the thermodynamic probability, we know that for fermions we calculate thermodynamic probability as Gi factorial upon Ni factorial into Gi minus Ni factorial, that is capital Phi of. Okay, so with the help of this particular formula we could obtain the thermodynamic probability. So individually we have to find W for, that is for this particular distribution we have to apply this formula. Over here the particles are not there, so no need. For this particular distribution also we have to apply this particular formula. Okay, logically also we can see that over here for fermions we know that fermions can occupy only one energy state, so the number of possible ways of arranging this is 1. Over here for the 0 gram state, this will be the one arrangement, and one more arrangement, that is this I can place it over here, and from I will pick up particle from here and I will be keeping it over here, so the total will be 2. So over here if we say that W1 then W1 will be total 2 ways. Similarly for this, that is for W2, now this is empty. Over here the number of ways is only 1, and over here the number of ways will be 2. Okay, so W2 will also be 2, and W total will be equal to 2 plus 2, that is 4. Okay, 2 plus 2, that is 4. Okay. Clear? Now for bosons, that is for spin 0 bosons. Now first we need to, and this will be situation B. Okay, so over here, now what we can do is, again we need to find out the degeneracy, and degeneracy that is GS is equal to 2s plus 1, and that will be 0. So this will be 0 plus 1, and that is 1. So over here for bosons the energy levels are non-degenerate. Okay, now we will find out the distribution, that is we have 0 epsilon and 2 epsilon. So what we can do is, we have one particle over here and 2 particles over here. This will be the one way, and we can place one particle over here and 2 particles over here. Okay, so this is the second way of distributing. Okay, so the number of ways, as these are non-degenerate, the thermodynamic probability, this will be 1, and the thermodynamic probability for this, that is W2, will also be 1. Okay, because the energy levels are non-degenerate, and this is the only one way we could distribute it. The formula for bosons, that is the formula for the thermodynamic probability for bosons, is given by Ni plus Gi minus 1 factorial upon we will have Ni factorial into Gi minus 1 factorial. So this is the thermodynamic probability, and when we substitute, and we can have capital pi of, so when we substitute all the values, we will get 1 1. So the total thermodynamic probability for bosons will be 1 plus 1, and that is equal to 2. Okay, so for classical particles we are getting W total 6, for fermions we are getting W4, and for bosons we are getting WS2. So the order will be, we have SC is greater than SA, CA, and that is greater than SB. So SC will be greater than SA, it will be greater than SB. So this is the order, and option number D is the correct answer. I hope the calculation and the solution is clear to you. Moving on to the next numerical. This numerical, it says that the first excited state is given, that is P2P1/2 of fluorine. It lies at an energy of 400 centimeter above the ground state. So this is the ground state, and this will be our first excited state, and we have to find the fraction of molecule. Again we have to find the fraction, and it is said that kBt is equal to 400, and it is close to, it is asked close to. Okay, so what we have given is that we have two energy states. First excited state, that is 2p1/2, and the ground state, it is 2p3/2 is given, and the energy difference is 400 centimeter inverse, that is the ground state 0, and this will be 400 centimeter inverse. Okay, and also we have given that kBt is 420. Okay, so now whenever this type of problem is given, over here we have given the term symbols. So first, from the term symbol we have to find the degeneracy, and then we have to find the fraction. So for fraction, we know that the fraction of molecules, or generally we are calculating the probability, that is P1 or fraction. So first we will be finding out the degeneracies from the term symbol, and term degeneracy, we know that when Jj is given, then we write it as 2j plus 1. So over here j is half, and for ground state j is 3/2. So for G0 we will have 2 into 3/2 plus 1, so this will be the degeneracy of the ground state is 4, and for G1 it will be 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1, and that will be 2. So the degeneracy of the ground state is 4, and the first excited state is doubly degenerate. Okay, so now we have calculated the degeneracies. We will be finding out the probability or the fraction of molecules. So fraction of molecules, we know it is P1 is written as G1 e raised to minus E1 upon KT upon summation of Gi e raised to minus Ei upon KT. So this is basically our partition function. P1 is equal to, and this summation Gi, this we can write as G0 e raised to minus E0 upon KT. This summation we could write it as G0 e raised to minus E0 upon KT plus G1 e raised to minus E1 upon KT. Okay, we can write in this particular manner, and then we will be substituting value. Also, okay, so we will substitute the values. So we will have 2 into e raised to, and E1, that is E0 is 0, and E1 will be 400. So we will have e raised to minus 400. Also we have given KT as 420. So what we can do is we will have 400 upon, or let me write it 4 upon 420, as KT is 420 upon we will have 4 into e raised to minus 0 upon 420 plus 2 into e raised to minus 400 upon 420, and this 400 upon 420 we could write it as almost equivalent to 1. Okay, we can write it as almost equivalent to 1. So this I will write it equal to 1, this I will write it equal to 1. So we will have 2 e raised to minus 1 upon this something to the power 0, this will be 1. So we will have 4 plus e raised to minus 1. Now the answer, okay, so let us simplify this. So from this we could take 2 common from the denominator. So we will have 2 e raised to minus 1 upon we will have 2 into 2 plus e raised to minus 1. So this 2 will be cancelled out. We will have e raised to minus 1 upon 2 plus this we could write it as 1 upon e, and hence this will go so this we can take over here and common denominator, and then this will go in the numerator. So we'll have e raised to minus 1 into e upon 2e plus 1. So this e will be cancelled out, and we will be left with 1 upon 2e plus 1. So this is our final answer, that is 1 upon 2e plus 1 or 1 plus 2e. So D is the correct answer. Clear? So very simple problem. Now moving on to the next numerical. So this was also asked in December 2017, and it says that we have 4 distinguishable molecules are distributed between the energy levels E1 and E2. So we have 2 energy levels, that is E1 and E2, with degeneracies of 2 and 3 respectively. So we will have G1 degeneracy will be 2, and G2 degeneracy is 3. Then number of microstates with 3 molecules in energy level E1. So the 3 molecules are present over here, and 1 molecule in energy level E2. So 1 molecule will be present in this. So the thermodynamic probability of, as we have said that we have distinguishable particles, the thermodynamic probability is given as n factorial into capital pi of Gi raised to Ni divided by Ni factorial. So this is the formula with the help of which we could obtain the thermodynamic probability of distinguishable particles amongst different energy levels with certain degeneracies. So now we may substitute the values, that is W is equal to N. So there are total 4 particles, so we can write 4 factorial into g1 raised to n1. So g1 is 2 raised to 1. Sorry, I have done one mistake. It is said that there are 3 molecules in E1, so we will have 3 molecules over here and 1 molecule in E2. Okay, so this will be 2 raised to 3, as there are 3 molecules in E1, upon 3 factorial into this will be 3 raised to 1 upon 1 factorial. Okay, now we will substitute the solid. So 4 factorial into, we will have 8 into 3 divided by 3 factorial, and this we could write as 4 into 3 factorial into 8 into 3 upon 3 factorial. So 3 factorial gets cancel out. This will become 96. Okay, so 96 is the correct answer. That is option C is the correct answer. Okay, there was a mistake in looking, that is there are 3 molecules in E1. So in E1 we'll have 3 molecules and 1 molecule in energy level E2. So we have to place it, and the answer will be 96. So very simple problem. Moving on to the next numerical. Now this was asked in December 2017, and it says that the term symbol for the ground state of the metal ion is 3p2. This is the term symbol. Now the residual entropy of the crystal of the salt of this metal ion at 0. So entropy we have been asked, so we know that entropy is equal to S is equal to K ln W, and over here W, the thermodynamic probability W, over here it will be equal to, as the term symbol is given, so we know that degeneracy we have 2j plus 1. So over here W will be equal to 2j plus 1, and this is the j value, so this is 2 to the 4 plus 1, 5, that is 2 into 2 plus 1, so that will be 5. So W will be 5, and hence we will have S is equal to KB ln 5. Very simple problem, and C is the correct answer. So this gives the number of microstates also. Also it gives the degeneracy. Okay, so simple problem and very simple solution. Moving on to the next numerical, it says that we have to find the free energy, that is A minus A0 of a system which 10 non-interacting particles and spin is equal to 1. So the expression for the free energy, that is we know A is equal to A0 minus KT, that is KBT ln Q we have, and if we are considering that particles are non-interacting, then we can write Q is equal to Q raised to N. So this will become, or this we can write that side, so we will have A into A minus A0 is equal to minus KB, and this ln Q will be equal to N ln Q. So this we can write is KBT N ln Q. Okay, so now we have to find the value of Q. N it is given, that is there are total 10 interacting particle, and when spin is given, then Q will be equal to the amount of degeneracy, and that is 2s plus 1. So s over here is 1, so we'll have 2 into 1 plus 1, and that will be equal to 3. So Q is equal to 3, N is equal to 10. So when we substitute in this, we will have A minus A0 will be equal to minus KBT 10 ln 3. So this is the answer, and the correct answer is option number B, that is minus 10 KBT ln 3. And this was a very simple problem, and that was asked in December 2018. Moving on to the next numerical. Now this was also asked in December 2018. The translation partition function of argon, which is confined at volume of 1 liter at 300 Kelvin, we have to find having the thermal wavelength this much is close to. So we have given thermal wavelength capital lambda 1.60 into 10 raised to minus 11 volume is given, that is 1 liter, temperature is given, that is 300 Kelvin, and we have to find the translation partition function. We know it is V upon capital lambda cube. Okay, so V is given, also capital lambda is also given. So as this is given in meter, we have to convert this liter into meter cube, and this will be 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube. Okay, so now we can substitute the values, and we will have 10 raised to minus 3 upon 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 11 cube, and this will have 10 raised to minus 3 upon 1.6 into 1.6 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 33. And when we solve this answer will be around 0.244 into 10 raised to 30, but 10 raised to 30 is not given, it is only in 10 raised to 29. So 1 point we can shift in this direction, and we will have 2.44 into 10 raised to 29. So this is the answer, and 2.44, yes, 2.44 into 10 raised to 29, B is the correct answer. Now this question was asked in June 2019, and it says that we have to find the difference between the standard molar entropies of a monoatomic gas. So over here we have to find the difference, that is S0Ma minus S0Mb. We have to find this difference at a given temperature, given that molar mass of A is twice the molar mass of B. So over here Ma is 2 times Mb. This value is given. Also, as we have told that we have to find the molar entropy of a monoatomic gas, then the molar entropy of monoatomic gas will be our Sackur-Tetrode equation. That is, we can write S0 molar will be equal to, we can write R ln V0 e raised to 5 by 2 upon Na into capital lambda cube. So this is the expression, or this is our Sackur-Tetrode equation. Okay, and over here capital lambda, that is lambda, we know it is h upon 2 pi mkt raised to 1 by 2. Okay, this is the value of our lambda, that is thermal de Broglie wavelength. So when we substitute this over here, we will have R ln V0 e raised to 5 by 2 Na, and this h cube, this will go in the numerator, and I will take m separate and other things are separate out, that is 2 pi kt to the power 3 by 2 and m raised to 3 by 2. Okay, so over here all these terms are constant, and hence I can write R. Suppose I equate all these terms to a constant A, then we can write R ln A into m to the power 3 by 2, and this we could write it as R ln A plus R ln m raised to 3 by 2. Okay, so for the monoatomic gases A and B, the molar entropy we can write it as S0 m of A will be equal to R ln A. So A will be constant, as it is made up of all the constants, and it will be same for both the gases A and B. Only the difference is the mass, so plus we will have R ln m A raised to 3 by 2, and similarly for S0MB we will have R ln A plus R ln MB raised to 3 by 2. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to take the subtraction, that is we require S0 MA minus S0 MB. Okay, and that will be, when we subtract this, both of this will be cancelled out, and this 3 by 2 we can take ahead, so we will have 3 by 2 R ln MA minus 3 by 2 R ln MB. Okay, and this we have, we can take 3 by 2 R out, R ln, we can write it as MA upon MB, and we know that MA is 2 times MB, so we will have 3 by 2 R ln 2 MB upon MB. So MB will be cancelled out, and we will have 3 by 2 R ln 2. So this is the final answer, and hence option number 1 is the correct answer. That is, the difference between the molar entropy of A and B is 3 by 2 R ln 2. Clear? Very simple problem. Moving on to the next numerical. Now this numerical, it says that the population of protons, again it is the combination of our Boltzmann equation and nuclear magnetic resonance. Now it says that the population of proton spins in the highest energy level of the sample in the magnetic field is 1 by 1.5 T and 7.0 T are n dash and n. So these are the magnetic fields, that is for n dash the magnetic field is 1 point, okay, that is magnetic field for n dash is 1.5 Tesla, and magnetic field for n is 7.0 Tesla, and we have to find the value of ln of n dash upon n. We have to find this value. So we have to find this ratio, that is ln of n dash upon n, according to Boltzmann equation, that is n upon n. So n are the total number of particles, that is n is the number of particles in the given state, and this we will have degeneracy is same, so we are not taking the degeneracy. It is, we can write e raised to minus e upon kBT upon q is the partition function for the number of particles n over here, and for n dash we can write n dash upon n is equal to e raised to minus e dash. So for n dash the energy will be e dash upon kBT upon q. Now we need to take the ratio. So when we are taking the ratio, what will happen is that n and q will be cancelled out, and we will have n dash upon n will be equal to e raised to minus e dash upon kBT upon e raised to minus e upon kBT. Okay, and this we could write it as e raised to minus e dash minus e upon kBT. Okay, now we need to know the value of this e. So the e over here, that is the value of e is h mu, and mu over here is the Larmor precision frequency, or it is known as the Larmor frequency of the nucleus, and the value of mu is gamma bz upon 2 pi. So when we substitute it over here, the value of e will become h gamma bz upon 2 pi, and h upon 2 pi we can write it as h cut. Okay, so we can write h cut. So the answers are also in h cut over here. So h cut gamma bz. Okay, so we have this particular value. Now bz is the magnetic field. Okay, bz is the magnetic field. So for n dash the magnetic field is 1.5, and for n it is 7. So value of e, the value of e will be value of e, that is for n it will be 7.0 gamma h cut, and the value of e dash will be 1.5 gamma h cut. Okay, so both these values will be substituting over here, and we will have e raised to minus e dash is 1.5 gamma h cut minus 7.0 gamma h cut upon we will have kBt. Okay, so over here 7 minus 1.5, that will be 5.5 minus 5.5, and here we have minus 5.5, minus, so we will have left with only 5.5 gamma h cut upon kBt. So the value, that is n dash upon n, we have this. Now we have to find out ln, so we'll take ln on both hand sides. So when we take ln over here and ln over here, we know that ln in E are opposite function, so we will be left with 5.5 gamma h cut upon kBt. So this is the final answer, that is ln of n dash upon n is equal to 5.5 gamma h cut upon kBt. So first is the answer. So very simple, just we have to know these things. Okay, other things are known very much, that is we should know the value of Larmor frequency, that is obtained from, or that we have studied in physical NMR spectra. Okay, so very simple numerical. Moving on to the next numerical. Now this numerical was again asked in June 2019, and it says that the rotational partition function is expected to smallest for the molecule. So smallest it is asked, so the rotational partition function QR, we know it is 8 pi square I kt upon sigma h square, and all are diatomic molecules. Okay, so the rotational partition function will be proportional to the reduced mass. I is the moment of inertia, and we know that I is equal to mu into r square. So we can write the rotational partition function is proportional to the reduced mass. And when we see, then hydrogen has the least mass, then comes lithium, then nitrogen, and then fluorine. So the correct option is hydrogen, because the mass, it has least mass, and as it has least mass, the value of the rotational partition function will also be the least. Okay, other are constant, 8 pi square, k is constant, at temperature also will be same, and sigma is 2 for the homonuclear molecules, h is Planck's constant, so all the others are constant. So rotational partition function will be proportional to the reduced mass, and hence we will have the value, the hydrogen will have the least or the smallest partition function amongst them. Moving on to the next numerical. This was asked in June 2019, and it says that for a linear molecule, mean energies for translation, rotational and vibration has following ratio. So mean energy, that means we have mean translation energy, mean rotational energy, and mean vibrational energy. So for mean translation energy, we know it is 3/2 kBt. For rotational, T is greater than theta r. So for T is greater than theta r, the rotational partition function, this is the value of rotational partition function, and the molecule is linear molecule. So the mean rotational energy, it is given as kBt, and vibrational, for vibrational partition function, when T is greater than theta, the value of vibrational partition function is kBt upon h mu. Okay, so this is the value that we have already seen in the first numerical, or the first problem that we have discussed. So the value, the average energy for vibration, as it is given temperature is greater than theta, so for T very much greater than theta v, this will be the partition function, and the average energy will be kBt. So when we take the ratio kBt is same, 3/2, over here we will have 1, this is also 1, so 3/2, 1:1 is the correct answer. So 3/2, 1:1 is the correct answer for this particular problem. Clear? Very simple, very easy. All you need to know is the average energies. Now this problem was asked in December 2019, and it says that we have to find the molar residual entropy of solid OCS molecule. So molar residual entropy, S molar, we can write it as R, ln W, and W is the thermodynamic probability. So this molecule, that is O double, so this we could arrange in two orientations. So W will be equal to 2. Also R is 8.314 into ln of 2, so that will be 8.314 into 0.69, and the answer will be around 5.8. So this is the correct answer. Okay, 5.8 is the correct answer. Same we are doing for carbon monoxide molecule. The same we have a COOCS molecule also. Here, very simple problem. This was asked in December 2019. Now this question was asked in December 2019, and it says that we have two level system in which the excited state is separated from the ground state by energy epsilon. So we have two level system, and suppose the ground state energy is 0, the first excited state will be epsilon, and it is doubly degenerate. So that means the value of G0 is 1 and G1 is 2. So let me draw it in this particular manner, that is, okay, this is doubly degenerate. Okay, so this singly degenerate and this doubly degenerate. Now we have to find the fraction of molecules in the first excited state at T tends to infinity. Now this can be done in two different manners. First is the logical way. So at T tends to infinity, we know that all the states are equally accessible. Okay, we know that all the states are equally accessible. Okay, all the states will be equally accessible, and as all the states are equally accessible, suppose if we have n number of molecules, then n number of molecules I can keep over here, n will be over here, and n number of molecules will be over here. So I have to find the ratio. So ratio, that means P1 will be the ratio of number of molecules in the first excited state divided by the total number of molecules. So there are 2 molecules in first excited state and the total molecule is 3n. So n will be cancelled out and answer will be 2 by 3. So this is the answer. Now also we can do in this manner, that is from Boltzmann equation. We know that we can write n1 upon n is equal to, we will have g1 e raised to minus beta e1 upon q, that is q is the partition function. Now the value of partition function, that is at as t tends to infinity, the value of q will be summation gi, as all the states are equally accessible, and basically we want to find this, so that is our P1. Okay, so we have G1, that is, and beta we can write it as kBT. So as we can say that as temperature again tends to infinity, beta will tend to 0. Okay, as temperature tends to infinity, beta will tend to 0. G1 degeneracy is 2 e raised to minus 0 into E1, or the energy is epsilon, so this we could write it as epsilon over here. Okay, into summation of, we will have Gi, so that will be that I can write it as G1 plus G2, and this will have, so e raised to minus 0 will be 1, so 2 upon G2 is, sorry, G0, and this will be G1, so G0 is 1, G1 is 2, and G0 will be 1, so that will be 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is the answer. So in this way also we can calculate. So either of the way we could calculate. Okay, so it is a very simple problem. Moving on to the last numerical of this video, and this was asked in June 2020. So that was the exam that was taken in November 2020. Now over here we have given that is the entropy in terms of internal energy, this, and canonical partition function Q is given by this particular equation. So entropy is given in this particular, and assuming that the atoms are distinguishable, the corresponding expression for the monoatomic perfect gas. Okay, we have asked the monoatomic perfect gas, that is our ideal gas. Okay, that is our ideal. So now basically whenever we will look at, or whenever we are seeing that distinguishable, we have distinguishable particles, then the relationship between the canonical partition function or molecular partition function and the single particle partition function will be this manner. Okay, so first let us solve by this problem and look in that what problem is arising. Okay, so and we know that internal energy, that is, as we are talking about monoatomic gas, this the internal energy will be the translational internal energy, and the partition function Q that we will be using will be translation partition function, and U minus U0 will have 3 by 2 RT. Okay, we will have 3 by 2 RT. So the expression ln of Q will be n ln Q. Okay, so the value of entropy S will be equal to, we will have 3 by 2. So when we substitute U minus U0, 3 by 2 RT, and as we have n number of moles, we will use n RT by T, plus we will have n R ln, and Q is the translation partition function, so that will be 2 pi mkt raised to 3 by 2 into V upon HQ. So this will be the value of our partition function. So we will have yes, nr ln k, this will have k into n, and then we will have ln of Q. So this k into n, we can write it as nr. So this k into n I have directly written as nr, and then we will have ln of Q. So ln of 2 pi mkt raised to 3 by 2 upon HQ into V. Okay, so according to this, the answer is B, but this is wrong answer. Okay, this is the wrong answer. Why it is wrong answer? Because this equation, it violates the second law of thermodynamics. It is violating the second law of thermodynamics, and this could be proved using Gibbs paradox. Okay, this could be proved using the concept of Gibbs paradox, that this is the false equation and this equation is not true, and hence the link of the reference also I am giving in the description, so you can see over there. So this is the wrong answer, and always remember that whenever in case of entropy distinguishable particles is given, we have to always consider as indistinguishable only. Okay, so whenever distinguishable is given, then and then also we have to consider that the particles are indistinguishable, and for that the relation that we will be using is this particular relation, that is Q is equal to Q raised to n upon n factorial, and when we are using this relation, the entropy that we will be obtaining Sackur-Tetrode equation, and the Sackur-Tetrode equation is basically we will have S is equal to nr ln V e raised to 5 by 2 upon n a into capital lambda cube. So this is our Sackur-Tetrode equation, and when we simplify it, we will get 5 by 2 nr plus nr ln capital lambda cube, it is h upon capital lambda, it is h upon 2 pi mkt raised to 1 by 2. So we will have V into 2 pi mkt raised to 3 by 2 upon n, capital Na into h cube. So this is the correct answer, that is option A is the correct answer, and hence in the key of CSIR net also option A is the correct answer. So the reason is that this equation, it violates the second law of thermodynamics, and it could be proved using Gibbs paradox, and the link of that proof is in the description, so you can check it also. So this was the thing, and this was very smart question indeed. Moving on to the next two. I think this was asked in June 2014, I think, and it is also very simple. That is, we have to calculate the number of configurations in the most probable state according to Boltzmann formula. So Boltzmann formula, we know S is equal to K, L and W, and we have to find the value of W, that is the most probable state. So W, we can write it as S by KB. If we write it as KB, that is L and W, we can write it as S by KB, and W we will have E raised to S by KB. So E raised to S by KB is the correct answer. Very simple problem, and this was also asked in net, but I don't know in which year. The problem says that a number of ways in which 4 molecules can be distributed in 2 different energies. So 4 molecules, number of molecules are 4 and energy are 2. So whenever the distribution of energy is not given, then we have to do number of locations to the power number of molecules. Okay, so for thermodynamic probability, and number of locations are 2 and number of particles are 4, so that will be 16. So 16 is the answer. Okay, so hence this was few of the numericals that were asked. So these were all the numericals that were asked from June 2011 to June 2020, that is the latest exam. If you find any numerical that was missed out, please let me know in the comment box. Thank you very much.